Hello again, it's April here and welcome back to another video. This is a vlog of a whole bunch of mishmash stuff I filmed in August. There's quite a few tests of different things and a couple of projects that I started but I didn't finish, but I will be finishing them over the next couple of months, so I'll just show you the progress as I go, I guess. Anyway, let's get on with it. Ta-da! It's a box in a box. Hello.
Look at the arrows. Look at the arrows.
So this is my new Mac. I've got the yellow one and it came with the yellow keyboard and yellow mouse. And I was worried it would look gold. And it does look a little bit gold, but it's more yellow, I guess, than anything. And this one here, I gave it a good clean today, like physically, because it was covered in paint. And we're going to trade this one in to get some money back. This is my new Mac, guys. I don't know if it's going to stay on that desk all the time. I might move it over there when I'm doing lots of big paintings. But it's going to be for video editing and also streaming. And I've got my bar set up here so I can have the camera come down so I can do everything. It's going to be my own creative corner. Wait, where's the button? There's a button here?
It's this side. It's here.
Found the button. It's turning on. That's what she said. Wait, I want to see. So it's in the evening on Tuesday, and Martin and I are side by side on my desk downstairs, co-working. We're looking at my website. So firstly, what we did, I have this colour palette here and we're making the colours for the website. So I took a picture of it, I put it into Photoshop. Alright, so basically I have the colours at the top there and then Martin put a grey bar over them and made them all the same, what's the name of it?
Tonal value. The
same tonal value because they were all a little bit off. And the next thing we're going to do is he has a plugin that he's going to run and it takes the one colour and it gives it like 500,000 different colours. Okay, so that's the orange, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So don't move around. Stop. Zoom in. Okay, so you can see here, it takes the one colour and it makes heaps and heaps of variations.
It makes tints and shades.
Tints and shades.
And it also tells you the accessibility colour on it as well.
Cool. Such a distracting sunset. Martin, get back to work. Another thing I did is look at some custom fonts for my website so it's not all the same. And we're in this program called Figma. And Martin, move your mouse around. You can see Martin there, he's on his computer on the same. And we can see each other working. I went with this font here, Cubicola. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. So this is what we got so far. Martin, how long have we been doing this? About an hour and a half? So this is just a design, so nothing goes anywhere. But if you hover over, so the words are blue. When you hover over them, they're yellow. Plus that together is green when you're on the page. Artistic. And then I've got them in 2 columns like this, so they're nice and big on the screen. And they're going to be like my projects. These are just temporary pictures. I'm not going to use any of these. They're going to be nice pictures, guys. Don't worry. Alright, this is a test for lighting. So I turn both the lights off. That's just with the this is just with the room light, okay? So not the best. The light's above me and it's casting a lot of shadow down. So on this side, I have a panel light, and that is a very strong light. You can still see it leaves a lot of shadows, but I can turn it down, and then hopefully what my plan is to get rid of the shadows is I have another light on the other side, which kind of counteracts the shadows, and that can go up and down too. So it's still shadowy, but if I was going to be drawing here, you can still like see everything, and this is literally pitch black at night time. I can also change the color. That's like orange, that's white, and that's like a blue color. So obviously we want it on white. And then on this one, on this side, I can change the temperature here too. So also another thing is we got this spot on the desk here, which isn't perfect. Zoom in there for you. So this, what I did is I put the ring light on the camera like it was a beauty light, and the shadow, is it better or worse? I can't tell. I have to have a look on the video. There is a bit of a spotlight on the desk, but you don't really see it when this is here. So yeah, I think this might be the solution. I think this is good, especially for nighttime drawing. Nice, we did it, guys. Alright, I'm filming with active stabilization. I've got it on the monopod. This is what you call it, a monopod?
Selfie stick or something, right?
It's quite heavy, the whole contraption altogether. Oh.
Testing the stabilization out, huh?
Yeah. Testing. Oh. 1 second. Right, I'm in darkness here. I'm taking my camera out on a walk just to do some testing with the stabilization, and also this microphone that I have on here on my top, DJI mic. Trying to figure out, because the stabilization in this camera is pretty bad, so I have it on this thing called active stabilization, which crops the image as it stabilizes. So I'm going to switch to the other one and we'll see what that one looks like. Oh, exciting. So now I've got it on standard stabilization, so then you can see it's a lot more cropped out. I'm holding it the same distance, and basically I'm just trying to do some tests because I want to start vlogging more the walks that we're doing and have better audio and stuff. So I thought I would do a little practice run tonight. And this walk, we've never been on it before. It's just through a field. There's some sheep behind me, and Martin's running. Why is he running? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's do some more tests and I'll show you this little walk, and hopefully this camera is going to be cool. I want to do a really nice review of this camera in about a month, so I'm just trying to learn how it works, basically. So that's the plan. Okay, test, mic check, 1, 2. We're just walking down the path, the green path, and this is a mic test to see how well this mic fares up. So cute. So I'm just walking down, seeing if the microphone picks me up, and also how it deals with the wind. And that's about it, really. Nothing really much exciting to report. May I come through, sir? I found cows. Wow. You can see the hills in the background. We're basically walking from where we live. We drove to a new walk that we hadn't been on before, but we always go past it and wonder where it goes. And it turns out the sign is to where we live. So we're walking basically back to where we live, and then we have to walk back to the car and then drive back home. So not completely a pointless walk, because now the mystery is solved, which is nice. And it's a lovely night out. Not a single person out here. So we're heading back now. We only walked like a mile of that. But we're losing the light, and we literally left the house after eating a huge pasta dinner. So I'm finding it a bit of a struggle. So that was just a small test tonight, but hopefully I can take it on a longer walk in the future. It's quite heavy, so we'll have to see how we go with it. But I hope that you enjoyed that little test. More to come in the future. So it is Tuesday, I think. I'm upstairs in my office doing some scanning, and I have gone through these 3 sketchbooks. So I've got my Morgan Grace sketchbook etcher, and also another Morgan Grace sketchbook. And basically I'm scanning in some landscapes that I started on my 100-day project in, I can't remember when, I think it was last summer maybe. This is the first one, maybe it will say September, so last September, so almost a year ago now. And I'm not scanning them all in, I'm scanning maybe 30, 25, 30 in from the whole 100-day period. And then I'm also moving on to recent stuff that I've been doing. So basically the idea is I want to make another zine, a landscape zine, but kind of like volume 1. And it's going to be almost like a progression over the last, I guess, almost a year from when I started doing landscapes, and then kind of how my styles changed. And I'm thinking, instead of just doing like a sketch on a page, like it was a sketchbook, I would make it almost like a journal, kind of like a notebook journal, maybe with some notes on where it is, or even like what the weather was like, or maybe the color palette on the side, or what materials I'm using, things like that. I thought that could be really fun, and that's my plan. I'm also scanning them in for another reason, which is to make some prints. So I'm hoping to have a shop update maybe end of September. Yeah, end of September, I think that should be the latest. So it's quite a lot of work. First thing is obviously to do scans. So I have scanned all of this in before. I'm doing it again. I scanned them all in before. I basically just scanned them in like this. So I would do like in a single scan like this. And I was having a lot of problems, not with these kind, but the kind where, so like in this one, where it goes all the way across and the spine, and this book opens really flat, but sometimes, especially in the earlier pages, it can be a little bit tricky to like get that line. So I had basically stitched them all together in Photoshop. I spent like 4 days doing this, and there were so many problems with the scans that I was basically just resigned to the fact that I would have to take them into Procreate and draw over them to kind of fix them. And then I was watching Katie Moody's video a few weeks ago, and I'll leave her link below if you've never seen her videos. She's got a really nice YouTube channel, and she was showing how she scans them in 3 scans, which when you think about it makes sense. Never thought about it. So she'll do like the 1 page, the 2nd page, and then the spine. So basically I thought, that's a great idea, Katie, but I have been working for 4 days now, and this was literally as I was doing the last like 3 or 4 images that I watched this video, and it just keep playing in my mind like, April, you could just take the time, rescan them all, and you would have so much less work to do in Procreate. So I just started a few days ago, scanning them in, a few scans a day, and I've finished all the sketchbooks. So now I have 3 scans of each page, and I'm gonna have to put them together in Photoshop. So yeah, basically I've done like half the work right now. But next up are the big scans. Ones that are like this big, that's A3, and that shouldn't be too hard. This isn't only an A4 scanner that I have, but hopefully we can do it, fingers crossed. But then I have this A3 Moleskine sketchbook, which when it's open, it is upside down, and also A2. So no idea, that's like 1 A4, it's like 4 A4s basically. And for the biggest challenge of them all, I don't even know if this is a thing. Do people do this? I don't think they do. I was thinking of scanning in my canvas board. I mean, I probably should just take a photo of it, right? I should just take a photo of like all the big ones, but I'm gonna try and scan it in and see what happens, because I'm not the best photographer and I get really impatient, so there could be like problems with the lighting and stuff, but I'm sure Martin will help me. So if this doesn't work out, I might ask him for a hand. So I'm gonna finish scanning and then maybe we can look at how I edit the photos later once I've tackled the big boys. So wish me luck. So one of the things that we did last month that was pretty cool was go to an art gallery up in near Penrith in the Lake District. I think it's called Reghead. I'm not quite sure of the pronunciation, but it's a pretty cool place. Apparently they have classes here and everything. I just found out because they had, I signed up to their email list and they had this Matisse and 40 other paper artists exhibition, which I thought was pretty cool. It was the last weekend that it was showing, so we popped up there and had a look. And the funny thing is, that week I had been writing a blog for my work for the internet. You can do blogs on there, and I was doing a blog about collage and how it's used in video, because we're trying to get like cooler projects at work, so we're trying to sell different like themes and mediums and stuff. So I'd done this blog all about collage, and then literally the next day I saw an email from the gallery. So yeah, we popped along. Well, some of my favourites have just passed, unfortunately. It was the really cool pangolin and that awesome face. I'm going to leave all the artists in the description below because I can't quite remember them off the top of my head. But it was definitely a worthwhile visit. It was nice to go to a little gallery and something we haven't done yet since we moved up here. So yeah, it's nice to know that that's just 20 minutes, 30 minutes up the road. I didn't buy anything, guys. Don't worry. I'm on a spending ban right now. I was tempted though. And it was a beautiful drive home. So yeah, it was a really lovely morning out, that was. And the next day, Martin's brother and niece came to visit. They came for the Sunday night and the Saturday night. It was a bank holiday weekend. And we took them to Lake Windermere and did a boat ride, which we haven't actually done yet on Lake Windermere. So that was just something a little bit different. It was a really nice day, and we basically just took the boat around the lake and stopped off at different couple of places. One, we stopped off at Ambleside to get some chips, and then we stopped off at Ray Castle and got an ice cream. And I took a whole bunch of photos, and maybe you recognize this view. I painted it and popped it on my Instagram, and a couple more from this boat trip. It was a really lovely boat trip. I think I took and painted 4 different reference image photos from this trip. The only thing that I would say was bad is it was bank holiday in the school holidays, and there were so many children, guys. So many children. But yeah, it was really lovely, and it's nice visiting Ray Castle. It has a really beautiful view and a delicious vegan ice cream. So you can do a whole bunch of boat trips on Lake Windermere. There's like maybe 6 different routes, and I'd really love to do one of the long ones one day, maybe when it's a little bit quieter. I think that would be really nice and relaxing. Hello. So creepy. My hair's a bit of a mess. I'm a bit of a mess. Oh, the power just went on. Did you see that? No, you probably didn't see it. Our power went out about 10 minutes ago, and I was just going to tell you about it. It's back on now. It's Sunday. No, it's not. It's Monday. It's a bank holiday Monday, which means no one in the UK some people have to work. I'm sorry if you guys have to work on a bank holiday, people in like restaurants and shops and things, but a lot of us don't have to work, which is lovely. So I've got the day off again today, and Martin's brother and his niece are staying with us. They're leaving tonight, and yesterday we went for a trip to Windermere. We went on a boat. It was a really lovely boat ride for half of it because we were on the top, but then the other half was on the bottom, and there were so many children screaming. So yeah, it was a bit chaotic. But yeah, it was okay day. It was lovely to be on the boat. I do like being out on the lake. It's nice. I would prefer to be on a paddle board if I'm honest, but I'll take what I can get. And we went to Ray Castle and had a yummy ice cream, and yeah, it was a nice day. So today they're going out to do a fell. They're doing Lothric Fell, which I've done before, and I just told Martin I just need to stay at home and do my own stuff because number one, I have a lot of stuff I want to do. I want to finish my accordion book. I have some more paintings I want to do. I've got a little call. I have a art chat with my friend Liz. And another reason is because I just wanted a little bit of me time, cozy art time in my art studio, and listening to fun music and singing along badly and doing art. Next week we're going down south to see Martin's parents, so we're going to be down there for the weekend. So that's like the entire weekend gone where I can do work. So I just want to try and get a lot done this week. So I popped into the art room about 15 minutes ago, turned my computer on. I was getting my art supplies ready, listening to music. Halfway through the first song that I put on, I was singing along, and to do the entire power of the entire house and village went off. And I was like, that's just brilliant. The one day I get to be at home and can do all my fun stuff alone. I was gonna have ramen for lunch. It was gonna be amazing. The power went off, so I was a little bit irked by that. But as you can see, it's back on quite swiftly. I don't think there's much problem with power cuts up here. When they do, I think they fix them. But when we moved in, I don't know if I did much vlogging back when we moved in. I did it on Patreon, but I didn't do it on YouTube, I don't think. But when we first moved here in November, after a week after we had been here, we had Storm Arwen, and basically it cut our power out for a week, and it was awful. And yeah, it was freezing cold. I had a deadline at work. It was very stressful. So every time the power goes off, I think of that, and I'm like, oh my god, is it gonna come back on again? But I did. Yay. So now I can tell you what we're doing. I think this vlog's coming out after. So I've got to finish my accordion sketchbook. Insert accordion music here. Gotta finish that. And also, something I want to do this week for the vlog, hopefully I can get done, is I have 3 more pages left of this paper, and I would like to do 3 art pieces, 3 paintings on the 3 pieces, and then I would have done all 10, and then I want to do a mini review of the paper, just kind of like show you the texture, tell you what paper it is, and maybe pick a favorite or a couple of favorites, and then I can actually purchase some paper for the future, which I think would be really nice. Yeah, that is all. Just looking at my hair, absolute mess. I'm gonna go and do some drawing, and I'll pop back in later when I'm painting on the big pieces. So this is the Monday of that weekend, and Martin took his brother and niece out for a long walk, and I stayed at home because I had just done the same walk previously. My friend Liz came to visit, and I already took her on that same walk. It's the same walk we take everyone on. It's Rydell and Grasmere, and then Rydell Caves. If you guys are familiar with the Lake District, it's a really easy walk, and you can see beautiful views. So if you are ever visiting the Lake District and you're staying near Windermere or Ambleside, definitely check out Rydell and the caves and Grasmere. The lake is really lovely there. So I took the opportunity to stay at home and do a little bit of painting. This was when I was still using my colours that I had kind of chosen as a kind of a personal colour palette. I think I may have mentioned it a couple of videos ago, but lots of pale greens, pale pinks, some blues, some oranges, and yeah, just a really beautiful palette. I'm testing out the paper, and I'm doing a whole bunch. I think I did 3 or 4 that day, just kind of, I did them all at once. So I did all the paint for them, then I did all the pencil, then I did all the Neocolor, you know how it goes. And it was really fun. These paintings are some of my favourite paintings that I've done recently. I'm not sure if it's because I did them all in a day, so I kind of got into like a flow, or if it's just the subject matter. They were all near water. They all had little houses and boats and mountains, obviously. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was just a good day. Maybe I just, made stuff I really liked that day. But I liked all of these images, apart from, I think, one of them, but it was because the paper texture was just so rough. And I think I talk more about the paper after this segment, but I have definitely decided that a smoother texture, not completely smooth, but like, I don't know, maybe kind of mid texture is something I enjoy. I do really like the roughness of the pencil and everything on the rough paper, but yeah, I think I prefer smooth. I don't know. What do you guys like? I can't decide. I like go in between them. This is my favorite one of the bunch. I kind of used more of a watercolor base. So I used the gouache and I made it really watery, so it all kind of bled into each other, and then I painted everything over the top. And yeah, this one's definitely my favorite. I have been thinking about trying to sell my originals. I was thinking about it a couple of weeks ago. I was going to put it on last week, then I was going to put them on this week, and I have just been nervous to do it. If any of you guys have ever sold originals, I'm sure you would have felt nervous. Let me know if you do and how you feel about it. If it's just like a normal thing for you now. How did you feel when you first started? I have sold originals in the past, very small ones for things like Inktober, or when I was doing my 100-day challenge. But I've never sold large images like this. This is an A3, I think. And I also have an A2. So I think I'm just going to try and pop them online. I'll probably pop them on Etsy next week. I need to take some nice photos and do the description and everything. But yeah, if you are interested in any of the originals on my Instagram, let me know on Instagram. You can message me and we can discuss it if you like. But if not, I'm just going to pop them up. And if people like them and want to buy them for their home, that would be amazing. And if not, I will just keep on keeping on and try again another time. So I'm getting to the end here now, and I believe our past April is going to pop up. So I hope that you enjoyed that little speed paint session. It is actually later than I thought. It is 6:15. Martin and everyone came back about 1, so I didn't have that long for myself. But then we had to play just an infinite number of board games to keep his niece entertained. And then they left, and I've been drawing for a couple of hours, and I have finished my 3 paintings. So I'm going to show them to you in order of my least favourite to my favourite. So there's this one here, which is a bit meh. I just don't like it. Martin likes it. I don't. And then this is my second favourite. I do actually like this one, but I think I got a little bit lost with the trees here. I think I don't know, they're a bit messy, but I like the mountains, and I really like this little house here, and I like these little boats that I popped in the water. So yeah, that's my second favourite. And then my third favourite is this one here. Wait, my first favourite is this one here. And I really like this one. I like this little house. There was a whole bunch of houses here, but I took them all out and I put all these little sailboats in, and I just really like all the walls and everything, and yeah, the texture. So that's my favourite. And that means I have done all 10 pages. So my battery's about to run out, but I will be back in a bit, and we can go over the 10 different pages, and I will show you which is which and look at the texture and everything, and we can maybe come up with a favourite. I'm not sure, honestly. I have no idea what's going to be the best, so I have forgotten the other 7 and what they feel like. So I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay, bye. Yeah, they're all done with the same kind of materials, so they should be pretty. The only one I'm worried about is number 10, which I did in a very different way, which we'll get to in a minute. So not the best test, but let's just have a look at them. So it was these ones here, watercolor papers. I don't know if I should be looking for mixed media paper, but this is watercolor paper. This one is the first one, Bock and Food, £140. Not what? I don't know. It says not all cold press watercolor paper has a slightly textured surface, somewhere in between rough and hot pressed. So it's cold press. Okay, so it's in between smooth and rough, which is awesome. And actually, I was gonna say this is in between smooth and rough because I'm highly intelligent. You can see here where the paintbrush kind of picked up the texture, and you can see hopefully where the texture of the pencil. Number 2 is Bock and Food 425 GSM rough. So this is a lot rougher. You can probably see in the texture there, especially here where I've used the Neocolor sideways. All right, this is number 3. This one is Saunders Waterford 300 GSM HP, which is hot press. And this is the one, I think I spoke about it on another video where I said the paper was so, it felt so smooth, and the pencil felt so weird on it, like it was going through butter or something. So you can see here just how smooth that pencil line is, almost like it's getting burnt on. But then here where I press lightly, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there is some texture with the pencil there. And there is some texture on the paper, and I actually quite like this texture here. So I didn't like this paper when I was actually drawing on it, but I do think it's actually quite nice. And I also like how the paint went on with the water. Star next to it, so we know. Alright, this one is Saunders Waterford High White 300 GSM Knot. And I did not like this paper. I didn't mind the texture. Also, I think also because I don't like this piece I made. It kind of was swaying my answer a little bit. But yeah, I remember drawing on this and I wasn't a huge fan of the texture or the paper itself. This one, number 5, is Arches Aquarelle 300 GSM Knot. This one's okay. It does have some quite big texture here. You can kind of see in the sky. And also you can see here where I'm drawing with the pencil, it picks up the texture of the page. Alright, this one's number 6, Fabriano Artistico 300 GSM Hot Press. So this paper I was just drawing on today, and I do like it. This is the one that I said this is a bit of a mess, but I don't think that's the paper's fault. I would love to blame the paper, but I think it's my fault. It was a bit weird up here. I don't know if you can see, this is the only paper I noticed it on, where the Neocolor kind of did this weird line here, but I don't know if that was just my technique I was using. But I do like this paper. The pencil went on quite smooth again, very similar to number 3, which is the Saunders Waterford. I would say these two are basically the same. Alright, this one is number 7, Fabrino Artistico 300, this is 640 GSM. It's basically like a wooden plank at this point, that's how thick it is. And it is rough. And guys, I really actually like this painting that I made, but look how rough it is. It's too rough. It's too rough for me. Ooh, fancy. This is my favorite of all of the 10 that I've drawn. This one is the Hanamula Watercolor 640, again, rough. And again, a plank of wood, but I did really enjoy drawing with this. As you can probably see the difference between the texture here. So they're very similar papers, but this one on the right is a lot fatter texture. And I did like drawing with this. Honestly, if I was going to go for rough paper, it would probably be this one. Although, actually, I did notice something weird up here. I don't know if we pick it up on camera, but if you look where the Neocolor is in some parts, it almost looks like you're going like a little bit cross-eyed. It's like a magic eye painting or something. I don't know. It was a bit trippy. So yeah, I'll take that one off the list. This one again is Hanamula. Apologies to all my German friends. Hanamula Flamboyant 300 GSM Extra Rough. And if you look at this texture in the top on the sky there, you can just see how rough this texture is. And I can tell you 100% I did not enjoy painting with this. The paper also felt like it sucked up the paint. Yeah, I did not like it. So no, sorry Hanamula. And this last one is the one that I said I was a bit worried about because it's very different than the other ones. This is because these others that you saw, I did like lots of paintings, lots of landscapes, lots of Neocolors kind of smushed on the side so I could see the texture. This one here, I didn't. I did this one for something different. I did it for the Good Ship illustration course. It's a little picture of my village. That's my house there. And I did it a little bit differently. So it's kind of a hard one to judge. I do really like this though. And I do like the texture. And I did enjoy drawing with it. This is the Botanical 300 GSM Ultra Smooth. And I don't think it is as smooth as number 3, which is the Saunders Waterford. but it's still pretty smooth. So I also put a star next to that one. So I have on my list Saunders Waterford hot press, Fabrino Artistico hot press, Botanical ultra smooth. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online and see. I'm going to go online and do some research and see how much these are. And I mean, I'm just going to go with the cheapest, let's be honest. So yeah, I'm going to go with the cheapest. I'm just going to pick a pack and draw on it for a bit, see if I like it. And if I don't, I'll move on to the next one. But basically what I'm trying to say is smooth all the way. I'm not a huge fan of rough. But yeah, let me know which one you liked best. Do you like rough texture? Do you like something in the middle? Or do you like the smooth boys like this one here? So I hope that you enjoyed. That was 10 papers with April. Thank you for watching. Good night. Hi, there's people coming towards us. We are heading towards Elterwater and it's a beautiful evening. I think it's, Martin, what day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday, my hair's a mess and I'm zoomed in super high. There's people coming towards me, so vlogging in the wild, guys, vlogging in the wild. But I wanted to share this walk with you tonight and also do a proper little test of my camera because the last test we did was just sheep. But all right, I'm gonna go now because these guys are really coming up fast. They passed us, they weren't laughing at me, so that's good. These are some mountains behind me. I don't know what they are. And there's also a river that we're walking along. It's really pretty. Okay, bye.
Very clear.
Yeah, very clear. It's beautiful. What a night. It's really sunny. I don't know what you're seeing through this camera, but we're going to be here till the sun goes down. Okay, it is so sunny, I cannot see anything. But basically we're here because Martin wants to try and take some sunset photos and I'm going to do some drawing. So it was a very quick walk just here. It was like 15 minutes and now we've got like an hour and a half until the sun goes down. So just going to chill out, have a little picnic and do some drawing. But yeah, it's beautiful here. No one's here. I drew the sleepy ducks and then they all started to wake up and half of them are gone now. So I can't really film as I'm drawing, unfortunately, because my tripod-y thing is too short. But I'm just gonna do like a view of the lake here. So I just put some colors down. You can't really see, it's a bit bright. I used this new color here. It's Prussian blue. It's a bit dark, but I think it might work. See how it turns out. So I did the second layer, I guess. It's pencil. This dark Prussian blue paint pen, it's very thick and it's very difficult for pencil to go over. I found actually the pencils I was using quite difficult. And these are the pencils I'm using. They're the Derwent Color Soft pencils. I got some today in a Jackson's art order and I just wanted to try them out. And yeah, they don't go very well over the paint pens, so a little bit disappointing. But it's fine because I got my Neo colors. Let's compare to the view. Basically the same. It's basically like I took a photo. Third layer, I just, yeah, I don't know, sometimes with the Neo colors, I think I just slapdash it and hope for the best. Like this here, what's going on there. But it's all good. I kind of smushed this here and it's meant to be water and it's not really very nice, but I don't have any pens with me. I should really bring out some water brush pens and I keep forgetting. So I've got my trusty water bottle and my finger. Wish me luck. So the finger painting turned out okay, but I'm not really a fan of this one. It's a bit of a mess. And sun has gone down now, pretty much, so we're just going to hang out here for a little bit longer, then head home. I probably won't draw anything else, but I'll just sit here and watch the sky get dark. That's what happens when the sun goes down. And that was the end of the vlog. So just a little bit that I got up to last month. I hope you enjoyed it. And for the website and the scanning of everything in, I'll definitely show that in next month's vlog. They are still going on in the background, but yeah, I wasn't able to complete them this month. Tell me what have you guys been up to? Have you had a nice month so far? What are your plans for September? And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day or week, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.